ACSportstips.com. We're breaking down the biggest game on Saturday, Michigan versus national champion Alabama. And this is the game everybody wants to see. Can Alabama reload again and make a national championship run? Can the SEC make an enormous 7th straight national championship? Can they do it for the 7th straight year? They got a bunch of teams that can do it, but all eyes are on Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Denard Robinson, can he prove that he can be a pocket passer? Can A.J. McCarron prove that he can be an elite quarterback? I'm not sold on A.J. McCarron. I know he led the Crimson Tide to the national championship last year as only a sophomore, but in my eyes, he didn't win one game on the road. The games that they won on the road last year were all due to a defensive effort, and McCarron really didn't have to pull out any games on the road. So I'm really not sold on, A.J. McCarron. Is he a good quarterback? Yes, he is. Is he an elite quarterback? I'm not so sure. He has to prove it to me. I know we won the national championship, but they had a great game plan against LSU. Alabama loses Jim McElwain, offensive coordinator last year. He takes over at Colorado State, and a lot of pressure falls on Doug Nussmeier, the new offensive coordinator. He was a quarterback at Oregon, but I really think that this is a key factor that a lot of people are, not keeping an eye on. When you lose an offensive coordinator, it takes a while to get used to the talent. It takes a while to understand what you have around you and how, you get into a rhythm. And I think that that's going to pose a problem for Alabama in the beginning. That by the end of the season, I think that, maybe Nussmeier will get into a role. But, a lot of pressure, falls on Doug Nussmeier in this game. Everybody knows that Nick Saban is a master game planner. And you give, Nick Saban all summer to prepare, his team will be ready. However, I think that Michigan can pose a big problem in this game due to Denard Robinson's mobility. Will Fitz-Toussaint play in this game? We're not sure. As of right now, he pleaded guilty to a lesser charge for driving under the influence. Will Brady Hoke, he's still listed as #1, but as of right now, we don't have any word. The running game is a must in this game against Alabama. If Michigan cannot run the ball, they will not be in this game. They need to have some sort of ball control with Alabama and stabilize and keep that defense, on the field and worn out. That's going to play into Michigan's advantage. Can Denard Robinson, he showed flashes. He's one of the most amazing players in college football. Can he prove to the country that he can be a pocket passer and, if necessary, use his feet? But that's going to be the key because Alabama's going to get a rush from the edge. They're going to look to bring all the pressure and look for a lot of schemes in terms of blitzing. Because if there's one problem that Denard Robinson has shown over the last couple of years, it's that when he's under pressure, he forces throws. He did it in the loss last year to Iowa. He did it on the road loss to East Lansing. Now, all of a sudden, we go to a neutral site in Arlington, Texas. It's going to be 100,000 fans all looking at this game. And let's hope that it's a dandy because I'm looking forward to it. The fans are looking forward to it. And I think that Michigan can pull off the upset. I'm not sold on Eddie Lacy. I'm not sold on A.J. McCarron. They're very good backs and very good players, but I think that there's a drop-off from Trent Richardson, and they lose Marquise Mays. That's another component to that offense that a lot of people have overlooked. They have a lot of young talent, and the losses on defense are significant. Dre Kirkpatrick from cornerback. There's a lot of pressure on this defense, even though they've shown over recent years that they can reload. There's going to be a lot of pressure on this defense, and I think that if Denard Robinson, uses his feet from time to time, they can't rely on Denard Robinson scrambling all over the place like LSU did in the BCS championship game. They have to have a running game. But Denard Robinson does pose a threat with his feet. He's one of the most exciting players in the country. If the running game does get going, then Denard Robinson can improvise, and then that opens up things for Roy Roundtree in the passing game. So I think that, from an offensive perspective, we need to see if Denard Robinson can stay in the pocket and finds his reads and make throws. They need to run the ball defensively. Michigan needs to stop the running game and Eddie Lacy. They have to do it. Look for D. Hart to come in. He was a #1 rated running back a couple of years ago. He got injured last year. Eddie Lacy and D. Hart will be in the mix. But Michigan must stop the running game, because if it's one thing that they've shown Alabama is that they love to play action. They did it against LSU with the rollout. They play action the whole first quarter, and that opened up the passing game. I look for that same type of approach against Michigan. Alabama has 3 starters and all SEC players on the offensive line, and they're going to try and wear down Michigan. But I think Michigan does have a little advantage on the edge with the speed, and I think that defense, the bend but don't break, will keep them in the game, and I think that Michigan will be in a position to pull off the upset. Whether they do it or not is the key question to that game. But I think Michigan will be in this game and surprise a lot of people. Everybody's expecting an Alabama blowout. I don't see it. Too many questions unanswered. Offensive coordinator calling his first game. The losses on defense, especially in the secondary with a cover corner like Dre Kirkpatrick. And, Eddie Lacy's a big drop-off from Trent Richardson. So these are key questions that will be answered on Saturday night. We'll have a preview on Friday. We'll have another review of this game, and we'll kick it off right here on acsportstips.com. Stay with us, because it's going to be a long season. It's going to be great. There's nothing like college football, so stay with us all year long.